Okay, this is the guitar lesson for Sublime's Rivers of Babylon. Initially it was a Bob Marley song, they did a cover, came out great. So starting off, if you guys have already watched my cover song video, and you can also probably tell by the live recording that they play with a 12-string guitar, okay? A lot of people think they play with a couple guitars. I think it's only one 12-string guitar. And the difference is 12 strings as opposed to 6. This is my 12-string right here. And basically, if you don't know anything about a 12-string, it's played the same way as a regular 6-string. However, what happens is instead of plucking one string, you're plucking two for every note that you play on a regular guitar. There's just two strings really close together, and that acts as one string. So for example, E, instead of just plucking one string, I pluck two, and it kind of gives that octave sound. So it's the same thing, all the chords are the same. Just sounds a little bit more full. Anyway, so this song he plays with a capo on the 1st fret. So the capo goes right there. If you try to play along with the recording like this, it's not going to sound in tune. So you got to play with the capo on the 1st fret. Put it right on there. All right. So that sounds like it's in tune right now because the capo's on the 1st fret. So now going through the song, the only chords you guys got to know are G, C, D, and D7 at the end. That's basically it. So it's those chords, a chord progression revolving around those four chords. The D7 was that just one little part at the end. But you've got that. Then you've got your little part where he plays the little fills, and that's a super easy part. It happens in the intro and also in the interlude of the song. The whole. But you're holding a chord as you're doing it. So how the song starts off is, that'll be the intro right now, is the song goes, I'll play it for you once. That's the intro right there. So make a G with your left hand, and then what you want to do is you want to pluck. So if you saw, these two fingers are doing all the work. So on these two strings right here, I'm plucking that twice. So that's the 3rd fret on the E string, 3rd fret from the capo. So 2nd fret on the 1st finger on the A string. So pluck it on the 3rd fret, then open, and this is the middle finger. Middle finger, so, and then strum G. And that's the strumming pattern right there. Try to pick it up so it's down, and then you mute it by lifting up the pressure from all the pressure you're putting with your left hand. So when I strum it, I'm pressing down, it sounds like that. When I lift the pressure up, it sounds kind of muted. Hear that? These two strings are kind of ringing in the middle because nothing's muting them, but everything else, all these strings, I'm just lifting the tension up. The chord stops ringing when I lift the tension up, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm going down, down, up, down, down. So, hear it? Okay, and then play it again. And then the next part, so first finger on the 2nd fret A string. And you're also plucking that D string open as you're plucking this finger. So it's 2 strings at once. So you're going, and only my pointer finger is on that 2nd fret A string. Now the 3rd fret A string, so twice. Hear it? Then so I'm plucking that twice, this twice, and remember I'm plucking 2 strings right there. This open, the D string, and the 3rd fret on the on that C note on the A string, and then I go back to the 2nd fret and pluck it once, then open, and then D. So the same strumming pattern, remember? And he's doing the same mute thing too, how he's lifting the pressure up from the from his fingers in his left hand. So he's going, I'm just lifting the pressure up. So they're still touching the string, but they're not pushing down hard enough to make a chord sound. The next little part, so it's a little hammer-on plucking lick. So you want to hammer on the 2nd fret on the D string, pluck it open, and then pluck that G, okay? So down pluck, up pluck, and you're hammering on that D string on the 2nd fret, so. You're doing the same thing, the next part you're doing the same thing, one string higher, okay? So you're basically moving that whole thing you're doing right there up, okay? So just move it up. All right, so now I'm hammering on the 2nd fret A string and open plucking that D string right there. Looks like my 12 string needs a little bit of work, but anyways, so hear that last part? So I play it once open, and then once with my finger on the A string 2nd fret. So open A string, now my 2nd fret on the A string, or my pointer finger on the 2nd fret on the A string. So then back to G. That's the whole intro right there. So let's do it again. Basically all he's doing is just playing the G, the D, and then he goes to the C at one part. So it starts off, the very first verse is, by the rivers of D. So see what I'm doing? So here's the strumming pattern right here. It's just G and D. And when I'm strumming, I'm doing the same strumming pattern I showed you before. So to show you in complete, the complete strumming pattern that you just play over and over, it's basically. Hear that last part? I'm not muting anything. Okay, and then whenever you play a new chord in this song, which you can grab a tab online, and that's the same strumming pattern that you use, okay? He also goes to C at one point in the song, he goes. Then he says something, I think in the middle, it's like the words of our fathers, and he goes to D. And he stops, and it goes right back into that interlude, or that second intro. So it's that over and over. The whole song kind of goes through twice. There's like 2 verses in the song, you got the interlude. And on that last part, right when he stops, he finishes on that G, he goes. And then Brad comes in, he sings, and you hear, which is that D7, then back to G. That's it. I hope it wasn't too confusing. It's actually a very, very easy song to play. It's just 3 chords, and all you gotta know is that strumming pattern. It's that strumming pattern over and over and over again. One more time, just. super easy. Work on your muting with your left hand, and that's basically it. Check out my website, GuitarMadeEZ.com, and I will see you guys in the next lesson. See ya.